Oh, do you want me to?
Hi, guys.
Hi.
You know what? Every time I hear that noise, all I want to do is go, ah.
Well, you did.
Hi, Julie. Hey, Diana. And hey, Wicked Witch of the West. And hey, Heather. I did write a little prompt in the comments to start off with. How much do we all just love Aidan? Because, oh my God, y'all, I thought it couldn't get worse. And it got worse this episode.
Hey, Sarah.
Salawalla, baby.
Oh, you just triggered my my Siri.
Hi, hey, Sarah. Hey, Shannon.
Oh my gosh.
Did you guys watch?
Yeah, did you guys
First
watch?
question. Did you watch?
Okay.
Anyway, we didn't tell anyone what's going on. We just played the sound. This is Pod in the City. Every Friday, the day after and just like that assaults us, we pop on here to give our first reactions. Gabrielle, I agree. I'm gonna agree. This I think might have been maybe the best episode so far, or at least second behind the first. I'm John. This is Amanda. Yeah. We're here every week. We do recaps of And Just Like That. And we've done recaps of season 1 through 3 of Sex and the City. So we're doing them chugging along. And we hope that maybe you'll join us. So hit subscribe, hit like. Just give us a like anyway. You know, we're in tough times. So
we are in tough times. And just so you guys know, we also have a Patreon. And this week we covered Girls. We also covered Smash, Vanderpump Rules, and we have Pillow Talks. And John is forcing me to do a live Pillow Talk this week.
I was going to say the biggest thing right now about Patreon is that in like 2 days, we're going live at night for Pillow Talk Live, Patreon exclusive. So you have to be like, you have to be a paying member of Patreon, not just a free member. Sorry. It is for our paying members. Just a little treat, because I was thinking that'd be really nice.
I'm hoping it's just a handful of people, because we're going to be talking about sex.
Well, we don't really have it's not like we have a million Patreon
members.
Right. It's limited. I mean, we have 18 now, so it's going to be a piece of that. So let us know if you'll be there on Sunday. Or now's a great time to sign up, patreon.com/podinthecity. Also, we do the regular recaps dropping every Tuesday. And then every Wednesday, we do another live stream. Guys, we're all over the place. Hit the bell icon. I think that's going to be the one way that you're going to keep up on it on YouTube. And if you're on the podcast places, check it out. But this is technically exclusive to YouTube. So this is the only place that you can be here for this little thing. And now that I've done that,
we don't just have 18 patrons like you just mentioned. That's not true.
I didn't say we had
far more than that. Oh, okay.
I'm saying if we
were like saying just the number. Okay.
I'm using rationales and logistics.
Gotcha.
If we have 23 in a thing that's free.
Yeah. Oh, I see what you mean.
Paid amount of. You know what I mean.
Done. Okay, listen. This episode, first off the bat, John nailed it. Because he said it. And then as I was thinking, I'm like, this really was. He said that this was. Take it away.
I was feeling my Sex and the City fantasy. And I was like, oh my God, this is Aidan, Osage County.
I mean, for anyone who knows August Osage County, that is the perfect definition of exactly what that fight scene was. Is there's the two people that aren't really part of the family, but they're like, whatever, we're just gonna kind of handle it. And then it escalates and escalates, and then someone drives a car through the fucking house.
If they're okay, I'm already caught up in the comments. We're gonna get to the comments. Yes. If you're not a Broadway person, which I've now become abreast or addict to the fact that we do not, some people don't. August Osage County started out as a play, okay? And it's basically, people would use that interchangeably for a family drama that's contained in a house, like a family drama. So that's where I'm using it, guys. If you're like, huh?
Yeah.
I thought that they treated. Okay, the first things here is my main issue is Hollywood writers depicting ADHD. Wyatt seems to be bipolar. I agree, Gabrielle. As someone with ADHD and probably autism, I find it a bit insulting.
Agreed.
ADHD, so this is a slap in the face. Same, Gabrielle. I'm going to agree. And in fact, I thought in general, the way that the family treated Wyatt was like, well, no wonder he hates all of you and wants to like burn your whole place down. You're horrible. You're literally cussing at a 13-year-old.
Oh, really? I was on the family side when the one kid was like, oh, my parents got a divorce. Poor me. And I was like, yes.
I don't think, no. I think that's a point when you reach over and slap the other kid. You shouldn't talk to your little brother like that. Get a grip. None of them are good
parents. I was on the family side. I think Wyatt's an asshole. But yes, if you're right, if he is bipolar, it's clearly something that he should be medicated for, Aidan. But we also said that this kid playing Wyatt, who I also said is Sid from Toy Story, is an amazing.
What a buzzhead he would be for sure.
He just his speech pattern. I'm like, this is Sid. But he was great, this little actor.
He was really good.
I was impressed. I hated him, but like he was believable in that character.
The one family character, though, that annoyed me the most was the one brother that was like enamored with Carrie. That was like,
Homer.
Carrie, I'm so glad to see you. And then he would like fix his hair. And
I would hate that brother if I was Wyatt too. I was on Wyatt's side for most of the episode. Like I would be eye rolling my way through this whole day with these two fucking losers, Carrie and Aiden.
I 1,000% was on Wyatt's side for most of this. I think that, guys, guess what? When you have a child, sometimes you need to follow your child's interests instead of forcing your interest on your child.
Well, Carrie was doing that with the.
That's what I'm saying. Carrie actually did the right thing. But then, unfortunately, gets hit in the head, and then it's over. We're done. We're done. We're all done. No more playing VR. Carrie got hit in the head by Wyatt once. Oops.
It was the major discussion seems to be all of what I've seen in the few hours I've been awake is that Aidan was just so, I mean, the masturbation was bad enough, but like I said to Sarah, I think on Facebook, like if I were Carrie, I wouldn't be able to get over the ick that I like watching him be this like whatever this guy is.
He was so like gross. Ghoulish in a way.
And just like a loser. Aiden's not like this. Like even when they're in bed talking, he was like derp, derp with his two thumbs. And I was like, who are you?
I don't know if the show knows, but I don't think any of these characters are who they ever were.
Why are they agreeing to do that? Okay, did you like the last scene between Carrie and Aiden? Because I'm seeing a lot of candor that was really well written and lovely.
I liked the last scene because unlike Amanda, I am convinced that while they said, are you breaking up with me? And Carrie says, no, I'm giving you a key. I believe that this was a breakup.
But she said no.
I'm calling this a breakup because she acknowledged that like, this is beyond anything that I need to be wrapped up in. You need to do this and whatever. So I'm looking at it like, I will say, last week we were hypothesizing about the Adderall. We had decided that possibly Kathy was addicted.
That'd be a great storyline.
It was this whole thing. Well, guys, they ended it in the most boring way possible of Aiden being like, I don't want my son to take Adderall.
He says he has addiction issues already. I'm like, he did mushrooms once is the story that we've learned.
Issues.
Mushrooms once.
And he drank a couple beers. I liked the last scene too, and I'm holding. I was praying that by episode 5 they would be broken up, and episode 5 is next, and I believe that was close enough to I think it's close enough to a breakup.
It was established THS. What does that mean? I just realized in that last episode it was established THS. Would you give him high blood pressure medication? Give him the meds.
Especially if his like, well, I agree. I also though feel that they're not also doing anything to actually like help the situation. When you are letting your other children attack that child.
Why are you so visceral about that? This is how these kids should act around him. It's like, enough already. We've dealt with you your whole fucking life.
Wrong.
Oh, really? My ex-husband, who you know quite well as well, his little brother was like this, and it was just like the whole family's life. And I love this kid, but like the whole family's life was just dictated by the behavior of this kid. So I think I can give some credence to the older kids for being like, oh my God, Wyatt, enough.
I disagree, because as someone who is like, has done a lot of therapy work, Wyatt in later in life will go into therapy and say, oh, my parents just sat at the table and let my brothers and sisters say, fuck you, Wyatt, get over yourself. You're a piece of shit. My 20-year-old brother tell my 13-year-old self that I'm a piece of shit and I need to get over my parents divorcing. Well, you're 20. You got them for your whole life. I'm still a child. You know, it may have seemed real. Hi, friend. Unlike a lot of the dialogue in the show.
I don't want to fuck it up, but hello, welcome. Okay, you know what? I was on Wyatt's side about that one apples to apples thing, because I think I would be, at that age, I would have been equally as pissed because my answer was better. Like, I'd probably lock into that.
Well, Carrie, they did a really good job of setting it up, of being like, well, all these things are making sense of why, if I were Wyatt, I'd be annoyed at this point.
Because it's building throughout the day, and it's like being so annoying and weird and cringy.
Aidan and Carrie are like really weird in this, to where Carrie takes Aidan's side pretty much, like, doesn't matter what happens. And it's just like, I'm glad that's done. I thought it was well done. But I
thought it was great. The more I think of it, I think it was great.
Genuinely, though, I was much more interested in the other characters, what happened with their storylines. Harry's dad is in town, and did you see this guy passed away?
Oh no, like just recently?
Because I swear, and just like that post, I think it was, and just like that posted, we're so sad, sorry to hear of the loss of
Harry's father,
the man who played Harry's father, who's an established actor.
Oh,
we know who's in the writers' room.
By the way, I listened to the writers' room podcast, and again, the whole thing is just Michael Patrick being like, "That was so great." I just wanted Carrie on something funny, so we put her on an ATV, and they're all laughing hysterically. But I'm like, who wrote this? Because this episode is just really, honestly, like, logistically a well-written episode. So I don't know what happened in there this week, but they did an anomaly happen.
I would agree.
But sorry, the guy died. Sorry, back to that.
Oh, that's fine. I thought he was fine. He was cute enough. I still feel bad because Charlotte's storyline this whole season so far has been mostly about like her family. I know last episode it was her trying to do art stuff, but it's always this thing of like, my kids, now Harry's dad. And it's like, can we give Charlotte something real?
Did you not like watching them have sex while Harry had his hand on his pants, jerking himself off? Oh, why are they making these men like embarrassed? I like Harry and Aiden. I don't want to see them embarrass themselves.
To be honest, though, I actually didn't hate that storyline because it's genuine. That seems real. A man having erectile dysfunction at this point. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So let's talk about this. So I was annoyed with this whole banana storyline. And guess what? Michael Patrick King is part of one of these groups, like these building groups. And he's like, some woman was asking for a banana, and I just wanted to add it in for years. And we finally found a way. So I thought that was annoying. But anything that introduces Annie Golden to the mix, I hope that she's a regular. I was so thrilled when I saw her.
She was a horrible character, though.
But she's funny, and she's doing this like this kind of accent that we've never really heard her do. She's from Orange is the New Black, but what we know her from is that she's the original Squeaky Fromm in Assassins from 1991. And she's fabulous.
Assassins is a musical written by Stephen Sondheim, showcasing kind of like different assassins of presidents and attempted assassins.
Yeah, it's a great musical. Shockingly, weirdly.
They're like, this is why I hate musicals. Okay. Now, guys, get your pussies ready because we're about to get flooded by Marion Odin, who is like going to be LTW's new editor.
Oh, okay. Do you know that?
Baby.
Did you know that name, or did you write that down?
That's his name in that's my note. Marion Odin in all
Oh, his
caps.
name in the show, because his name is Marion. Okay,
Because
Marion.
what happens with LTW is she gets a application in for her female Black women, unsung Black women heroes. I don't mean to get. I'm just unsung.
Michelle Obama. It's our road to Michelle Obama in the
Yes.
season finale, basically.
I did not mean to like sound exasperated there at all. Wow.
No, you couldn't get the word. No, you're fine. You didn't.
Okay.
You're fine. She needs a new assistant.
She needs a new editor because in the last episode, Grace quit to go, understandably, to go work for Steve McQueen.
She took that croissant and got the fuck out.
So she reads the application. It says Marion Odin, so she thinks it's a woman, and so they do this whole kind of like, I'm sure they thought this was very subversive about being like, oh my god, HR will be so upset, whatever. He comes in, baby.
I thought he was dressed kind of slutty, actually. I was like, this man must walk around knowing that he's like a walking snack. I'm like, you know exactly what you're doing. Like, you're dressed skanky. For a guy, you're dressed so like sexually appealing. You know what you're doing a little bit.
And that's what I'm saying. That's why his name's in all caps here.
You wear that walking around in public?
Thank you, Marion Odin. Welcome to the show.
Yeah, I'm fine with it too.
This actually is kind of what we need in this show.
I love it.
And they have
this storyline, I imagine, is good for like if you're married and you have like sleeping issues. Like, I understand this is probably an issue too.
See, I think they've set up LTWs really well in a way here where what they establish here, if you guys aren't watching, some people let us know. Are you watching? Big also had a jerk off scene in episode 1, season 1. Oh, and just like that.
Oh, that's right. Carrie's like, masturbate for me. This is one final act before he got on that Peloton.
Rebecca, meanwhile, I am over here telling my family that I am participating in a panel discussion so I can enjoy your lives.
Well, you are. You like literally are. We need to get to the bottom of this.
Where was I? Oh, okay. LTW and George Washington, who someone just said that they just realized what we meant when we said George Washington when I explained.
We just assume everyone knows that, but that's
because he played George Washington in Hamilton, the musical. Okay. George Washington and LTW aren't sleeping together because they're holding different hours and like she's having to work late, blah, 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 blah.
Well, and now she's so stressed out that she's talking in her sleep. Mm-hmm. So he's like, shut up. So I get it.
Well, he's busy, baby. He's got to run.
He's got that comptroller. He's running for comptroller.
And then so it's like a good way of setting that up of being like, are we going to like, like what I mean? I feel like
she's gonna be tested.
Something hot is gonna happen with Marion Odin.
Like an almost kiss, an emotional affair.
I think an almost kiss, or like their bodies are very close, or like the air conditioning goes out, so he has to take his shirt off.
Oh my God. Well, here's the question though with this. I know that HR is like, now we've gotten so woke in our fucking culture. I don't even know like which way to go on this, but like, would it not be okay for her to be like, I'm nervous that I'm very sexually attracted to this man and I would prefer to have a woman or a gay man? Are you like not allowed to say that for the sake of my marriage?
You could just not hire them.
Yeah, I guess you just lie, right? You don't.
You just could just be like, no. You couldn't say I'd rather have a Black woman for this documentary about Black women, but his resume is off the charts. I don't know, dude. If I were them, I would want to have a Black woman as well. That makes the most sense.
I still kind of think they should, but I like this though. What about
providing the best perspective for the situation, right?
Can you explain to me what's going on with Sema? Because I didn't really catch it. Like I understood what's happening. She did like a Jerry Maguire moment at the end, and then her secretary's like, "What's Jerry Maguire?" But do the kids not know what Jerry Maguire? Isn't that just like a?
I don't think they do. Hey, Sala Wallaway, do you know what Jerry Maguire is?
Oh, is she one of the youngins?
Question. Um, okay, what happens with Sema is that Ryan Serhant goes in and is like, yeah, I can't do that or whatever, because Sema wants to have her name as a part of it. She wants to be a part of something. He establishes that's not going to happen. So then basically it cuts back to her like 45 minutes later in her office, and she's like looking around, and she like picks up this like jade looking
lion
panther or something.
Oh yeah, it's a cat of some kind.
Yeah, it doesn't have a mane, but it's like a something. Maybe it's a leopard. It was green, so it was hard to tell. And then she walks out, and she walks to her person, to her like assistant, and is like, you know what? I'm starting a new thing. Someone saw something in me. I started as an assistant as well, blah, 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 blah. And the girl's like, yeah, my rent's $3,000 a month.
Okay, here's the problem. If I was that girl, I would go with her in a heartbeat. I would be like, well, I'm probably, because I think Sema can eat $3,000 a month for like 6 months, don't you think?
It's hard to say because you're risking a lot to leave an established company.
I would go with Sema. She's a bitch on wheels. I would be like, there's no way this woman's going to fail on her own. I would go with her.
You, though, are willing to take riskier moves in your career than some others might be.
Yeah, I guess. I don't really have a career. I've never had a career. I just kind of am doing stuff.
Well, that's kind of what I meant. Fine. Sella Walloway says she's not that young anymore. She just turned 30. Oh,
makes me feel old.
You're entering your 30s as I'm
leaving. 30. I was like, oh, God.
Well,
because that means I'm like 40.
She doesn't know who Jerry Maguire is.
Oh, all right. Well, there's like a weird sex scene in it it's like one of the first sex scenes I ever saw in a movie, and like it's pretty visceral. It's like
so Carrie goes to she doesn't have any clothes, right? Because Aidan has asked her to stay through next Wednesday.
That's too long, babe. Oh, Miranda does cat sit though. She's staying at the house, like house sitting, cat sitting, and I'm like, that's a good friend. But then also Carrie has this amazing apartment, so why wouldn't she?
She also then has a party at her house with really bitchy British people. Well, like the world's bitchiest British people.
That was another great scene too.
It was.
Both of those women, like, it's like they bring it out in each other. I think Cynthia Nixon just needs someone good to play off of, and all of her like amazingness comes out. Because the scene with her and that woman at the door, that woman is also great.
Cynthia Nixon needs someone that she's genuinely horny for.
Oh, maybe
and it's working out really well for her in this case. Because those two, I'm like, okay, I liked how it went. So Carrie, this is such a minor thing, but it annoyed me. Carrie goes to go get new clothes at this store.
This is a good point. Diana says, could they not get the suitcase back from the rental car? Yeah, like, is there no follow-up on that? Oops, they're gone. There's a pretty easy way to track that.
Gone forever. And knowing Carrie, the clothes in the suitcase are probably worth $25,000 or more.
It's just a blip on her radar. That's too much hassle.
Oh, fuck it.
Yeah.
She's worth 500 million or something,
she
right?
Looks cute. Yeah, something like that. She looks really cute in all these dresses, though. I mean, she makes them work. I was into it.
Okay. She goes to this store that has hundreds of dresses. All of these, like Laura Ashley, Little House on the Prairie, or as the show.
Okay, go ahead.
As this show needed to say, Little House on the Carrie. She even called herself that.
Yeah, but she also references Sister Wives, though. Did you not catch that?
She
goes, she's on the phone with Miranda. She's like, I'm at this Sister Wives store. And I was like, don't even get me started on it. That's not a very well-written joke.
I don't think she was referencing the show. I think she was just referencing the concept of Sister Wives.
Well, I know, but still, there's several reasons why it still doesn't work. And I don't even get me started.
It should have been like, I'm in the polygamous
store, wear this
or something like that. Yeah. Plus, like, all of the tops were like... Anyway, she ends up choosing, for the first dress that she appears in, is so butt-ass ugly. It has huge poof sleeves.
Oh, I loved it.
No. In this entire store of all these beautiful dresses, the white dress was fine, Andy. Once she changed to that, I was like, thank good God. But it's the photo in here.
Buy some flats. Buy some ballet flats, bitch.
oopsie, it's this dress. I'm sorry. Out of an entire store of dresses, you choose that? No way, no way. This to me looks like something she would find in a closet, like at like a place where they do. What do they do? Like they do like reenactments of like old churning butter and shit.
Yeah,
it's ugly.
I like it. She's making it work is more, I guess, what I'm saying.
Sure, she can make pretty much anything work, but you know.
Did you hear her call her daddy? I listened to it.
No.
It was I don't know. I felt like there was like just like a rain cloud hanging over my head the whole time I was listening to it. I'm like, oh my God, there's like no effervescence left in her. But she did say that like, I never even thought that I was ugly until I started like all these reviews started coming out talking about like my face and like I just never crossed. Also, I'm like, that's never crossed your mind before. That must be a much better life than me. But she was like, she's like, it just really does get to me sometimes. I was like, oh. And she's like the most perfect like figure and fashion. And like, I love her. So anyway, happens to everyone. Anyway, continue to talk about how bad she looks.
I just hate the dress. They do go do the VR. And I was like, bleh. Because again, now, mind you, they have goggles on. They can't see what they're doing. Wyatt, who I know I'm a Wyatt apologist, I guess.
Yeah, what the hell?
Bad for this child. He accidentally like hits her, like bumps her in the head. And then Carrie, fine, is like, you know what, I'm done. Which, fine. But then
you're also wearing heels. You're also wearing heels. Probably didn't help your balance and shit.
Agreed, but I understand her being like, you know what, I'm done. But you guys, she should have been like, you guys keep going because Aiden's like, okay, game over. We're done. Game over. Like, really? Those are the nuances that I'm talking about in how you support your child, of recognizing that like maybe that might be upsetting to them because this is the activity they wanted to do. It's not like he was like, fuck you, Carrie.
I think Aidan is giving Wyatt much more anxiety because Aidan is clearly so walking on eggshells around them that as somebody with severe anxiety, when somebody else around me is acting anxious, like that's not going to help me. If you're going to baby me, Aidan, okay, how much of a turn? Also, that's another turn off to me is what if like you're fucking this man and then this is him parenting. Like, you're doing a bad job. It's like not hot.
Again, though, we wouldn't have been with him to this point. You and I would not be at that Virginia farmhouse.
If it was like our long lost love and now they happen to have kids, I could see myself being like, okay, but like again, but that's what I like the story, the writing here is that Carrie says like, I've been waiting for you to just kind of push past this. And now I realize like being in it, that this is like a whole thing.
But see, just 3 months ago, she was willing to be like not together for 5 years. So
I guess that's what they're going to do. Katya says, Aidan is an asshole, as I expected. He controls his mental unstable son like 19th century granddad and makes him even worse. Yeah, it's like he's like a Colin from Secret Garden.
Well, he's like basically sending him out like Huckleberry Finn to go paint the fence because you did something bad.
Another great performance here was Rosemary DeWitt was solid in this.
She was, but you know what character was like weird to me is her boyfriend, who there is this scene where the family's having a fight and he's literally like, hey, he's sitting next to Carrie and he's like,
because he can't wait to bitch. He's been holding this in for 3 years.
This fucking family's crazy. He's like, don't even ever give your opinion. Don't ever give your opinion. It's not worth it. They'll kill you. Don't even try.
Hard to get in with these people. Gabrielle says, Aidan gave off. He's worried Wyatt will hurt other people. And hitting Carrie in the head was the edge. Agreed. And if you think that about your kid, then you should probably give him the medication that the doctors have prescribed him, sweetheart.
Well, and also like do therapy work with your kid.
Right. Is he not doing therapy? Because it doesn't seem like he is. It sounds like he's painting a house.
It seems like he's just being forced to not do anything he likes
and hang out with his weird dad, like his annoying dad.
Aidan is giving Crypt Keeper with a spray tan or something. He's literally like, there was a part when he's like,
He was like doing all this shit, and apples to apples, he's like, yeah, winner. I'd be like, oh my God, I can never fuck you again.
I could never fuck him. I mean, I don't know. I will say, I did laugh. I laughed. I guffawed at the wild cunt meme.
Okay. I like this idea. I think they should have done a better job at writing what this was or how it, because I don't think that this is crazy enough to become a viral moment.
I also don't believe that Miranda would trip up and go, cunt that.
I like the idea that the meme is wild cunt, but I feel like maybe they should have had it that she trips or stumbles or something. The performance of the meme wasn't. They could have done another take.
Well, I wonder where the backtracking of the joke was, because at the very end of her and Joy's scene, she's like, you know, sometimes when I really am attracted to someone, I don't know what to say with them. And Miranda's like, really? Oh my God. And then she's like, yeah, you wild cunt. And I wonder if they started there and then like went backwards.
Yeah.
Right?
You should listen to the Writers' Room podcast.
I'm not doing it. You can do that. We did also find out a cute little piece here. Diego.
Who's Diego?
Also has a boyfriend. That's Lily's dancing guy. He's Ollie.
Yeah. All right. This seemed more also. This table seemed like a lesson for us, the audience. Which
okay, though. I don't know what was up my ass last night. Oh, short sidebar here, guys.
Oh, what?
Very short. I attempted to go see the new movie I want to see, Elio, last night.
Oh, yeah.
Okay? Bought a ticket for the 3D showing. I go in. If you know anything, if you're new here, first of all, hit subscribe, hit like, hit share, all the shit. And then make sure you listen to some of our other stuff so you can get perspective here. When I go to the movie theater, I like to sit in my special seat on our weekly roundups. I have John's movie corner, but that's a ways away, so I got to get this out now. I'm sitting, I buy my ticket. I have my special seat, which is like these little 2 sets of seats where there's like spaces in between, because technically people can use them to put like a wheelchair or an assistive device in there. Great. So I always get my ticket. I buy it like 5 minutes before the show is starting so that I know, like, cool, there's not going to be another person around here. I'm walking in the moment it starts. I'm walking in. And as I get my drink at the stand, because I get like a little refill cup that you get these, like, I'm standing there. I start walking to the movie, and there's a woman who has a wagon, like a pop-up wagon with 2 children in it. And there's a little girl and a little boy. I'm now putting together that these children are under 3, because you're free to go to the movie if you're under 3. So anyway,
God, all these pieces nightmare.
Together. Mind you, it is a children's movie, but it was at 9:15 at night.
It's too late.
When I was a kid, I was in bed at 8:30.
You were with us when, sorry, sidebar again. You, me, and Brad went to a midnight showing of the movie World Trade Center. Were you there for that? And there was a baby in the theater, and it was the midnight showing of World Trade Center. And
I miss the days of real midnight showings, and why. Yeah. Anyway, back to
Elio.
Okay, so this woman with her children in the thing, fine. The little girl in it is precocious. Amanda would have hated the kid, because the little girl is being like, hi to everyone who's passing by.
Yeah.
If the people weren't saying hi back, she's like, I'm just trying to say hi.
Oh, God, nope.
Okay, this isn't a movie theater, too. We're like, time and place is all I'm going to say. Time and place. It's okay to be loose with your children, but you teach them there's a time and place for certain things, okay? Anyway, so I'm like, great. I start walking into the theater. These people follow me. This woman and the 2 children in the thing follow me. I'm like, oh, fuck. The previews are playing. Yeah. Something happens in the previews. Both of the kids in the cart scream at the top of their lungs, like in reaction to something. I'm like, holy shit. Well, hopefully, great. They're going to be up in the top. I could give a shit. So I actually stop and I let them pass me, because I'm like, get away from me. Anyway, they walk past. A man comes up. He walks up and he's like, oh, I got us set up right here. It's the 2 seats next to the seat that I had bought.
Yeah, it's a no-go.
And he had the food and stuff there. They pull the wheelbarrow thing and just park it in between the 2 seats. So anyway.
I'm in a bad mood listening to this.
I'm still heated. And I'm not heated. I was like, whatever.
Did you get a
I literally stood there for a second.
Yeah.
I was like, I can't do this. And I turned around.
You unleashed on those fucking kids.
What was I going to say? Hey, your parents are bad parents? I mean, anyway, I'm not judging parents here, but I do believe you don't need to take your kids to a movie at 9:00 at night. Just
don't have kids. But listen, Rebecca, back to this. This is a good point. Is the Russian going to show up at the ballet school? I mean, I would die.
I would actually.
I think I would die. I would pass away.
I think he would look very old now.
Well, he looked old back then. He probably still looks. He's probably like Angela Lansbury and just kind of always looks that, or Maggie Smith.
So, in case you're holding on bated breath here, guys, what I did was I turned around, I walked out. I did ask for a refund. I just said, hey, just letting you know, there's like, I don't know what's going on there. There's screaming children in a wheelbarrow in the seat next to me. So I can't. I'm like, I'll come back later. I at least did get a refund.
When you start walking back up to the ticket booth after you've already gone in the theater, do they have cash just ready to hand back to you?
The problem is this theater is like the front area is just this huge wide open space. So the moment that I'm even out my theater door, be like just walking straight to the thing. All the employees at the thing are staring at me. Everyone, the girl who just took my ticket at the door is looking at me as I'm leaving out the door. Like, I'm like, these people think I'm crazy.
Or they love, I'd probably love you. I'd be like, yeah, this sassy bitch is at it again.
Here's the thing is like, I know I will hate my life if I sit here.
Oh, yeah, it's not worth it.
I can't even sit there for 2 minutes. I will want to like, just go. Anyway.
You know what they like to say on TikTok? They like to say, you're entitled to a child-free life, not a child-free world. Okay, John.
You know what? I am totally fine with that. You know what I think, though, is like back in my day, and I hate to be one of those people.
Children were there to be seen.
Back in my day, when you'd go to a restaurant, children were sitting at the table. And they weren't usually. I went to meet a friend for happy hour a week ago. We walk into a restaurant for happy hour, and there is a family with a child. The child is screaming. I'm not kidding. When I say screaming at the top of their lungs. And they did it for 5 minutes straight. I was like, are these people leaving? I eventually left. Anyway.
Do you think that Aidan, I bet, lets Wyatt cry it out like that?
I don't think he does. I think he's like, shut the fuck up, Wyatt.
I don't think so. You're so triggered by that. I can't wait to
Guys, who else thinks the mental problems of Wyatt happened because of Aidan from the start? Thank you. Agreed. Thank you. And Rebecca, write as many comments as you want, babe. In fact, who else is here? If you guys are here just watching and you never write comments, be like, here, because I want to know.
Yeah, Diane, we would take my daughter outside if she did that at a restaurant. I remember when I don't even remember this, but like my parents bought us tickets to the Sherry Lewis and like Lamb Chop show at like the Jubilee. And they said 1 minute into the show, I started talking and they were like, if you say one more word, we're taking you home. And I did. And they took me all the way home and I cried the whole way home. And they probably spent like bank on that.
See,
yeah.
And
look how well I turned out now.
I do believe that children should be given opportunity to be children. I'm also a Wyatt apologist, so I'm for children. But I do think, again, time and place. It's like time and place.
Before we wrap this up, do you have any final thoughts? Did we cover everyone?
Diego's Polly, Kathy's boyfriend. Letting the other kids yell at Wyatt is ridiculous, is what I wrote as one of my things.
That was warranted.
There was a very weird cut. And I can't remember if it was like they were with the family or something is going on. And it hard cuts to Harry on top of a Charlotte, like trying to get it in. It was the craziest, like, what was that? It was very much like, I think it was Wyatt and the kids like at the VR thing. And then it hard cuts to
Oh, they like to do that. But we get to watch this whole episode again and take notes on it for Sunday before our pillow talk. By the way, okay, guys, I thought this episode was great. I'm excited about it. See, this is what they do is they give us a handful of really shitty episodes so that when they give us something that's remotely good, we like praise it to the high heavens. So great job.
I'm not praising this to the high heavens.
For gaslighting us.
I think it was no, I actually think my expectations were very low because I was like, oh God, she's going to Virginia.
You like when she goes away, and Sarah Jessica Parker had a great acting performance throughout this whole episode too. I could really feel her during that scene because she just has to kind of be there in the scene. And you didn't like her?
I thought she was fine. I just am like, I don't want to watch. I don't care what's going on with Aiden's family. Again,
I would have loved it though. I would have been like, this is amazing.
They don't show us what happens to Che, but they show us Aiden's ex-wife's boyfriend. Like, great.
Carla thinks you're really bitchy to me and I should return the favor. You don't think I return the favor? I'm so mean to him.
Carla?
I'm really mean to him.
Give me an example, babe. Here's the problem is like Amanda and I have known each other, if you didn't know, for 20 years. Amanda has absolutely smashed me into the ground numerous times.
But we've been there for some of our like highest and lowest moments, so we always got this bond. Anyway,
and truly, you know what? If you're, I look at it like if you are your real, if you're bitchy with each other, then you know you're real.
If
friends.
you were Wyatt, I'll tell you, if you were acting like this, I would be like, shut the fuck up, Wyatt. Oh, my parents got a divorce. Like, I would totally do. I'd say that to you right now. So we'll see how Sunday goes. Great. Okay. Well, the kitty. Yeah. Guys, she's right here.
Now.
Look, I got a new cat.
I suggested Che Diaz for the name, and
Jody won. I just couldn't. I would have to call him Che. Otherwise, I'd have to call him Che Diaz.
Yeah.
And we wanted just something Nathan Fieldery. We wanted something like with a lot of like inside jokes. So we went with Captain Sully Sullenberger. And he'll respond to Sully. Sully for short. How cute is that? He looks like a little Sully.
Carla, I'm still waiting for the example.
Look at how cute he is. Anyway, let's wrap it up here. It's Friday, and then I'll see you on Sunday. We'll see all of you guys on Sunday for Pillow Talk. Join our Patreon and jump in.
Yes,
we're going to talk about sex.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm like so like, you know what happens to me when anything like I'm like, oh my God, you know what? Like I am so bitchy to Amanda.
Oh, you're worried about that? Don't worry about it. We're bitchy to each other.
No, because I know that if it were actually like the case, like Amanda would let me know. Trust me, guys. You guys aren't the ones getting the texts late at night, all right? You only see her on here. Anyway, just
they don't like me on here either. Okay, guys, we love you. We love you. And join us every Friday. This was a lovely crowd. I love you guys so much. And join us on Wednesdays too. It's the same crowd. And we talk about pop culture stuff. We talk a lot about Broadway. And then check out our Patreon. And if you like us, you like us. Great.
Awesome. Patreon.com/pod in the city. Remember, it's our live show. Yeah. Our live Pillow Talk, which will be an even hotter mess than this. And in fact, I wanted to remind Amanda the topic. Do you remember what the topic of it is?
Something about Drag Race.
No.
Oh.
Game who we'd go.
That we would go. Okay, yeah.
Who Amanda would go gay for and who I would go straight for. So come with your ideas too, friends.
Gay men? I'd rather just be with a gay man and then we don't have to have sex.
I think that'd be too easy because you could list 500 gay men that you'd rather be with than a straight man.
I'll pick some girls. I like girls. All right, great. Love you guys. Have a wonderful weekend, and we'll see you Sunday if you're on Patreon. But Wednesday for our next live. That's it. Have a great day. Bye.
Bye.